Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's actually been quite a while since I've filmed anything that's long form. The last one was late-ish April. It's currently mid-May. Things have not been going very well for me and I've been kind of in slump, so I haven't really been doing that much. Though I do have a lot of backlog, so you will still be seeing those videos. Anyways, I decided today I'd go out, just do something relaxing and probably take you on for a ride. So hopefully today goes well because it might very well be the last video I film in Sydney for the time being. I am going back to Hong Kong and then also a trip for Japan very shortly, so you might see that in the next video. Anyways, I'm not going to bother you any further. This is Million Life in Wells Square. Some of you might know this place from a video early on and a video last year, these two right up here. And this is one of my favorite places because you get to shoot it. Nobody cares about you using tripods and everything, and I can do whatever the hell I want, and it's also looking pretty special. Anyways, I'm probably going to do something with this machine. Hopefully you can actually hear me over the horrible audio, and let's set up the shot. So here we have the first shot of the day. It is honestly nothing that difficult, and because of how this is, the Pocket 3 is mounted slightly front here, so you'll mainly be seeing the whole scene through with the Action 5. Anyways, let's quickly go through it. This is nothing really that complicated, it's just the tripods and all that, making this a simple stacking shot. Quickly take a look at what we're using for today. 7200 f2.8 at around 70mm or so. I actually tried to use 100, but as you can see, this thing right here doesn't really permit me to go slightly on this side or slightly back because everything would get jammed. So I will have to just crop in or use a less telephoto angle, if you get what I mean. At f4.0, because f2.8 is a little bit too bright and I don't need all the background to be completely blurred out, I want some detail and everything, so this will probably work out just fine, and f4 does kind of add on a little bit of sharpness, so that's also a bonus. With that being said, a horizontal composition works best for this scene because I can see on this side and this side what the machines are instead of a vertical shot. Trust me, I tried, but those coin slots, those grey undertones down there, not exactly vibing very great with that. With that being said, I did not bring my flashes today. Just one light over here and one light on top of the camera, and that's pretty much it, because I am, well, not exactly bothered to bring that much, including flashes outdoors anymore. And mostly because this is not an outdoor scene, and also because we're not going to outdoor places tomorrow. I forgot to take off the neck mount. I'm an idiot. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this scene. I really want to get another photo here, so might as well just speed up this stuff, get some B-roll, and get the hell out of here. And that's it for the shot. Nothing honestly quite difficult. Though I am thinking about this little bag right here, that might be an issue about the gravity and the Photoshop editing, all that. Hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. I think so. I haven't edited it in a long time, so hopefully it looks alright. Anyways, let's skip forward to changing the outfit for this one, because I do want a photo at another angle and also give this angle to my friend. Let's roll. All right, after some, well, not really that difficult changing out and everything and setting up, here we have the second shot for this place. Again, this is nothing special, it's just some stacking involved and the tripod work and a little bit of lighting. So that's pretty much it. Nothing complicated, so let's quickly take a look at what I'm using. 7200 at 100mm f4.0 because I want a little bit of background and a little bit of everything. Though I don't want it to be too complicated because this is really, really busy. See that in front, see that at the back? This will likely lead to some distractions if I'm not careful enough. Speaking of distractions, these two cameras are filming me at two different angles. This one right here, you can't see the doll. Now right up there, I know it's partly covered by the big fuck off ear from this thing, so whatever. Anyways, a vertical composition with all of these lines in mind. So see that in front, see that in the middle, see that at the back. I want some contrast with the lines and pushing that towards the composition, blending that in the photo. No horizontal, I like my wallpapers, however, sometimes you can't exactly have whatever you want. Now, with that being said, there's only two lights with this scene, one light on top of the camera and one light over there. Nothing special, I don't have my flashes, however, you might say, why? Well, for when I'm lazy, okay? Hopefully the Action 5 is still seeing me, hello? And because this place is actually really, really bright. As you can see, every light around here has contributed to this photo being somewhat pastel and looking great. However, part of me is concerned that, how should I say this? The lights may actually fuck with my editing because as you can see, all of this is yellowish with a red tint. However, in my photos, I prefer a more neutral greenish tint tone. I'm concerned that in editing that might fiddle around, but there's not really much I can do, and plus I don't think even with the flashes I can overmatch that. And also I've been here so many times that, well, editing all those previous photos wasn't really an issue, so or whatever. Anyways, that is pretty much it for my yapping, and let's take a look at the shot. And that is it. Nothing complicated, and I'm hungry, so that's the main problem here. Anyways, I'm gonna lend my tripod to my friend and we're gonna quickly go over everything here. I'm gonna do my B-roll and pack up, and let's go get some food. Let's go. Alright, after a late lunch and walking for a bit, here we are at our final spot for today. This is the United Cinemas at Circular Quay. I say that, but the cinema downstairs is no longer open. They say coming soon, so it would be better for me to get this photo as soon as possible before, you know, the cinema staff actually appear and kick me out. They're not open, you get a point, that's a joke. Anyways, I have been here twice before, photos up here, thank you editing me, and I am likely going to use the exact same thing like this. So you see this handrail here, probably going to post it right up here with all the doll tripods and all that. Risky shot, but it is nothing special to me. I think that's about it, but I gotta change the clothes out and also wait for these lights up top to turn on to give that yellow, grandish vintage tone as much as possible. This is honestly nothing special to me anymore because I do risky stuff on, well, I wouldn't say daily basis, more of like every single time I do photos, there's gonna be at least one risky-ish shot. Anyways, I'm gonna go change the doll clothes out and hopefully I can actually get a shot without anything going wrong. So here we have the, well, last shot for today, and because of how high risk this is, I really cannot delay this any further, and I will just shoot this as soon as possible. So in this case, I'm not going to have two angles, I'm just going to have the Pocket 3 right there, and sometimes I'm going to use the Action 5 to do some POV shots, okay? Let's quickly take a look at what I'm using. The 15-35 at slightly above 20mm, 18mm or so, with F2.8 to blur out all the background if possible. This is such high risk, but at the same time, I need as much light and as much background bokeh as possible because it's such a complicated scene. With that being said, a horizontal composition is ideal because I want to see what's down there, what's over here, what's everything leading up to this shot and what I can see right here. So, all that being said, yes, it's stable, but at the same time, high ISO, low shutter speed, all the things for a low light exposure shot. I am just gonna take the Action 5 out and go closer for you. Now, with that being said, look at all this tripod stuff, right? It's not great, to say the least. And the biggest problem here is actually this thing right here. You see that? That's getting held on by boot tack, and I don't think that's going to hold on any further, and all of this being supported by one anchor point, so not exactly very ideal now, is it? However, all that being said, this is quite simple in terms of composition and what you need to do. One light on top of the camera and one more light on hand. I'm just going to shine it right here or so, giving that balanced exposure on the face. This is nothing really that special, honestly. However, this is a shot that I've done, well, twice in the past, and this is perhaps the last time I'm gonna bloody do it. Anyways, I don't think I've missed anything aside from maybe some tidbits, so editing me, add in some details if you ever need to. I don't think I've missed any, so without further ado, let's take a look at the final shot for today. And we are done. I'm gonna put this back on my neck and I'll just say, yeah, it's pretty much all right, I guess. Anything in the background, including the people, including anything I don't want to see, will be cloned out or by AI or something. So I'm just gonna do my stacking shot and complete this all, everything, and perhaps just, well, lend my tripod to my friend again, because I'm not gonna bloody use it anymore, so whatever. Oh, one more thing though, I'm sorry if you actually couldn't see me very well through the Action 5, through the Pocket 3's perspective, because I was having my ass against it because I don't have the Gorilla Pod because I'm lazy, okay? Hopefully you actually saw how I did the whole shot in the Action 5 and in my POV perspective, and see how shaky my hands are with all this high risk, not really any reward stuff. Anyways, roll the outro. Yes, I know, this video isn't very interesting. You don't need to tell me that. The person filming it already knows. Because, well, I really wasn't in the mood to do something that was, you know, far away or do something stupid or whatever. Because, and here's some housekeeping, this is likely the last video I will film in Sydney for the time being. Well, that is until I come back next. Because I actually tried to and attempted to film 3 or 4 long-form content videos before this and they all failed. Partly it's because I wasn't really prepared or I wasn't really in the mood for it, and also partly, well, you already know the problems with me going outdoors. There's always something that would go horribly wrong, and for the last one that I went to Newcastle for, that went absolutely horrible. Nothing went right and I ended up just going home early for the day and just deciding I will not go out for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, basically that's what happened. Thus, there is a month gap between the long form content stuff, though I don't think you'll mind, but personally I do. It's not saying that I haven't gone over photos, I did, and I filmed short form stuff in between, but that isn't the most interesting, at least for me. Anyways, next video is likely me either in Hong Kong or actually in Japan, because yes, I have mentioned this many times, so I'm going to say that again, I'm going to Japan for a short vacation, and then back to Hong Kong. So no more of that Sydney shit. You'll see some of me being at least a little bit more cheerful, hopefully, but I do know it is very hot up in Hong Kong. I say that, and now I realize the irony that it's winter now and I am wearing shorts in Sydney. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this absolutely horrible and boring video. I know it's bad, but hopefully the next one will be better because I'm overseas and likely happier. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and well, I know a lot of you haven't actually been watching to this point of the video, so if you did, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video, okay? Lemon.